It's a beautiful day for baseball in Knoxville. Best start in program history for the defending national champions, number 2 Tennessee, 16-0. Welcomes in a Division I newcomer, the West Georgia Wolves, for the final game before conference play. Great crowd filling in the Lindsey Nelson Stadium. So great to have you with us. Mike Patel alongside Kalen Arnold, our outstanding crew with you as well. This is a Tennessee team that's picked up right where it left off at the top of the college baseball world. A deep freshman class and a revamped roster for Tony Vitello and Country, and their final tune-up before starting conference play this weekend.
That's right, Maya, and we have seen some incredible offensive stats from this Tennessee lineup. So many home runs, so many grand slams, as well as some fantastic pitching performances from the bump.
And so today on the hill, it's the true freshman Braden Krenzel getting the ball out of Dublin, Ohio. First start of his collegiate career, making his 5th appearance this season in a big spot to show what he's made of.
Definitely giving a freshman the opportunity to start. Super cool. I know Coach Vitello still trying to figure out that depth piece to his bullpen. Who does he feel comfortable with in these big moments? You know, we'll see probably a lot of arms. That tends to be Coach Vitello fashion, is to get a lot of guys some opportunities.
Last pitched over the weekend, part of that sweep against St. Bonaventure. Just 1 out in relief, so he'll try to make his first extended appearance of the season. Freshman with no record, making his 5th appearance. 0 ERA at 3 1/3 innings pitched. Just 4 hits across against him, no walks and 4 strikeouts. Going up against a West Georgia Wolves roster that's transitioning to Division I this season. D2 prior to this year. UWG now in the ASUN across the athletic board, 8-6. Coming into today, the first ever meeting between the Wolves and the Vols. 71 degrees, the sun is out and shining. Could not imagine a better day for baseball. We are underway. The line drive to center field. Cooper Prince flies out to Hunter Ensley, and we are underway in Knoxville.
And that's a great way to start a game. First pitch, first swing, first out. Super efficient.
So Ensley out patrolling center field. Quickly 1 up, 1 down for Krenzel on the bump. Brady McDivitt climbing in next. Left fielder for the Wolves, hitting .429. And he takes ball 1. Rest of the order for West Georgia. Patrick McCullough in the 3 spot. Carter Deerdorf will bat cleanup. Landon Widener batting 5th. Blake Bradford in the 6th spot, followed by Luke Johnson. And then Mason Cooper and Jacob Bowman rounding out the 8 and 9 spots. A West Georgia team that's had pretty good offensive success starting the season, trying to bounce back, coming off their first series loss of the year over the weekend. And quickly, 3 balls and no strikes. No walks issued this season for the freshman right-hander, in jeopardy of his first free pass. Krenzel, a player that Tony Vitello wanted to see what he is made of. Came in a sticky situation over the weekend, and Vitello said after the game on Sunday his mind's set on letting Braden get a chance to grow up. There was a situation, a scrimmage in the offseason where he came in and did well to help him get some more experience early. And now, so 2 up, 2 down for Krenzel on the hill. Patrick McCullough takes ball 1. Rest of the defense for Tennessee, already a couple of fly balls into the outfield. Chris Newstrom in left, Hunter Ensley in center field, Reese Chapman out in right, Dalton Bargo at third, Dean Curley over at short, Gavin Keelan, the second baseman, as that is cued foul. Andrew Fisher down there at first, Cannon Peebles doing the catching for his battery mate, the true freshman Braden Krenzel on the hill. McCullough, the senior, takes outside. 2 balls and a strike. Good start to the season for McCullough, hitting .310, everyday player for the Wolves. Tied for second on the team with 11 RBI on the year. And looking to become the first base runner of the afternoon.
That'll be the first free pass given up by the freshman, not via the walk, via the hit by pitch. Looks like that hits him just right there in the meaty part of the arm. So not the worst place to get hit.
Thankfully, it's warming up, so it shouldn't bruise for too long.
Right.
1 on, 2 out. Carter Deerdorf stepping in. Big part of this offense. And Deerdorf takes inside. The junior hitting .377. Deerdorf 8 home runs. That leads the A-Sun and is 10th in the country. And a green light count. 2 balls, no strikes. West Georgia team that's playing its second of 3 Power 4 opponents, an offense that has proven to be potent already. Deerdorf in the driver's seat. And on the 2-0, he takes ball 3.
It's a good idea by Peebles to go out there and have a conversation with his pitcher. He's gotten behind in the last few counts.
Already a little action in the Tennessee bullpen. Expecting to see multiple arms tonight. Maybe not one an inning, as Johnny Holstapped it over the weekend. But Tony Vitello really putting a big importance on getting as many players, as many reps as possible leading into that SEC gauntlet, which starts on Friday.
That's huge. It's exactly what you want to do in preseason, in the midweeks. You want to get guys in different positions, give the young guys some opportunities so that you feel pretty confident about them when their name is called. They've been there, they've done that, and that'll be the second hit by pitch.
Also 2 on with 2 out now for West Georgia. The Wolves making a little noise. And Landon Widener climbs in. Widener, the junior, hitting .283 this season. A couple of home runs, 11 runs batted in. Big cut that comes up empty. Widener, the Howard College transfer out of Flower Mound, Texas. .355 in his career over at Howard. 0-2. Good job bouncing back by Krenzel.
Great job by Krenzel. And sometimes, you know, you just have to get those jitters out. That first start, it's huge in front of this crowd. I mean, there's a great turnout today, so definitely probably got a little bit of nerves going.
Freshman hunting for his first strikeout of the outing. 0-2 on the way.
Cannon Peeble, that great baseball IQ, he was ready. He knew the runner was going. The throw was right on the money. And Tennessee will try to tack some runs on the board when we come back.
On to the home first here in Knoxville. Scoreless between Tennessee and West Georgia. And the midweek starter, E.V. Quilez, making his 3rd start in as many appearances. No record for the junior transfer out of Eastern Florida. 2.45 ERA in 7 1/3 innings of work. A couple of earned runs on 7 hits, 3 walks, and 5 strikeouts. And Kalen, a massive opportunity today going up against one of the best offenses in the country.
It is. I mean, this is either going to be a big lesson or it's going to be something that he can hang his hat on, whether or not he is able to shut down this Tennessee offense.
That's a good start. Dean Curley on the first pitch bounces out to Patrick McCullough. 1 up, 1 down on 1 thrown.
Now batting the second baseman, number 6.
Dean Curley has proved to be one of the most formidable hitters in this Tennessee lineup, so that is a huge first out for West Georgia.
So Dean Curley followed by Gavin Keelan, who digs in next. Hunter Ensley in the 3 spot for Tennessee. Andrew Fisher, Levi Clark, Reese Chapman 4, 5, and 6. Cannon Peebles caught the runner stealing to end the top of the first bat, 7th, followed by Chris Newstrom, and then Dalton Bargo rounds out the batting 9 for the Volunteers. Louisville transfer Keelan evens the count at a ball and a strike. Really bright spot early in the season. The junior hitting .463 and has 8 home runs to pace this potent offense.
It's incredible the power numbers that we're seeing from Keelan. Like you said, 8 home runs, also 3 triples and 4 doubles. I mean, that's an incredible number of extra base hits.
Leads the team in slugging percentage. A powerful left-handed bat here near the top of the order. It stays alive at a ball and 2 strikes. He's come in, settled in as an everyday starter here for Tony Vitello and company. He was the MVP of the Astros Foundation College Classic a couple weeks ago down in Houston. Quilez. 1-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Stretch specialist, the 2-2. Popped up high into the Tennessee air. Couple players there. It's Prince, the center fielder, who makes the call and the catch. 2 down.
Nice communication there by Prince. That ball was skied high. Talked to his players to his left and his right. Able to make the catch for a huge second out.
Set the rest of the West Georgia defense for you after the first pitch. So the lone native Tennessean in the starting lineup for the Vols, Hunter Ensley, the senior, who takes ball 1. Now defensively for West Georgia, it's Brady McDivitt in left, Cooper Prince out in center field, Landon Widener out in right, Blake Bradford over at third, Jacob Bowman, the shortstop, Patrick McCullough at second, Carter Deerdorf, the first baseman, and Mason Cooper catches ball 2 from his battery mate, E.V. Quilez. It's a team that lost so many pieces, the national champions, but one big one coming back in their heart. The man at the plate now, Hunter Ensley.
It's great that the Volunteers have him back in center field, back in the lineup. He is definitely a leader for this team, someone that has been there, done that, knows what it's like to win a national championship. Not many people get that experience.
Yeah, definitely not. And Ensley works his way aboard. Big part of the team. He didn't play on Sunday because Tony Vitello just wanted to get some other guys a little bit of action. He said he had to make sure, quote, Hunter wasn't going to come punch me in the face. That's how much this guy wants to be in the lineup each and every day for the Vols as he works his way aboard on 4 pitches.
And as a coach, that's what you want. You want guys who are just dying to be out there, who want the ball, want to play in the game, and those are the guys that you know is going to give everything, every part of themselves.
1 on, 2 out for the junior Ole Miss transfer, Andrew Fisher. Creates a souvenir. And a great catch out there down the left field line. That's why you bring the glove. Big crowd filing in for this Wednesday. It's Tuesday. Matinee. And now a 2-0 lead for the SEC co-freshman of the week, Levi Clark. That was 101 off the bat of Fisher, 378 the other way in the air, and quickly a 2-run cushion. As Clark Takes a strike, and what a start for the freshman here. Levi Clark through 16 games, hitting .513 in his first season of college baseball. Not many freshmen that can do that.
No, it's incredible that he's been able to come into his college career with so much success, playing with a lot of maturity.
So Clark, one of the co-freshmen of the week in the SEC. One of the best freshmen in the country. Native of Marietta, Georgia, just outside Atlanta. Leads all SEC freshmen with a .615 batting average last week. Part of why he got that nod. 8 for 13 with a double and home run in the 4 games for the Vols. And his first season of college ball, already leading the team in ribbies. 23 runs batted in.
His walk to strikeout ratio also looks pretty good. 14 walks to just 9 strikeouts. That tells me that he sees the ball well. He's got great pitch recognition.
On the 2-2, Clark runs the count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Two runs across in the bottom of the first. Quilez trying to leave it there. His payoff is fouled away. We'll try it again. 20th pitch of the frame.
West Georgia has a runner on board, no outs.
Brings up the junior, Blake Bradford, who takes ball 1. Bradford hitting .283 this season. One of the 5 everyday starters in the order for the Wolves. 5 that have played and started all 14. West Georgia 8-6 here to start 2025. That gets by Fisher at first. Widener, a free 90. The Wolves with a runner in scoring position.
And it looks like the Wolves are going to try to string a few hits together here. Try to answer back to that home run in the previous inning by the Volunteers. Breedlove going to have to find a way to stop the bleeding.
Single and E1, so a runner immediately in scoring position. We'll see if West Georgia tries to play any small ball. No signs of that yet. 1 ball and 1 strike on Bradford. The pitch hit hard to third. 1 bounce to Bargo. 1 down to the inning.
That's the exact response that you want to see from your team when something happens, like an error or a hit or a walk, whatever it may be. You want to see a good response. You want to see that out made or a strikeout, whatever it is, that's going to help shift that momentum back to the side of the defense.
Brings up the DH, Luke Johnson. Switch hitting sophomore, first start of the season. Big hack, nothing in 1. Johnson getting the start here in his hometown of Knoxville. Transferred in from Motlow State. Plenty of friends and family in attendance here tonight. Heritage High School product. He's ahead, 2 balls and 1 strike. Was talking to some of the West Georgia staff before the game. They said it's an awesome opportunity for the team just to come and play here. Such a big crowd, national champs. But for a guy like Luke Johnson's got to be extra special.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's just from right down the road.
Yeah.
And his family and his friends, like you said, I'm sure they're in attendance. And I'm sure he grew up watching Tennessee baseball and probably coming to some games. So I'm sure this is a really cool moment for him.
.354 hitter in JUCO, looking for his second as a Wolf. And he runs the count full.
Already having a quality play appearance, seeing a lot of pitches.
Breedlove's payoff. Blue
left.
So on the corners, Breedlove a double play from getting out of the inning. 2 on, just 1 out for Mason Cooper here in the 8th spot. And the West Georgia catcher swings and misses, strike 1. Cooper 4 for his first 20. That's a .200 batting average. And now a 7th start of the season. No extra base hit yet, but he does have a couple of RBIs. And another one standing just 90 feet away. Oh, 2. 1-2.
It seems like that pitch just isn't working for Breedlove. Tried to throw it a couple of times now.
Hammered foul. Another one of those breaking balls that just stayed up. On the 1-2, Cooper spoils it. Good battle at the plate.
I think Cooper knows this is a big moment for his team. Runner in scoring position. They could score a couple of runs against this Tennessee team, and that would be what a win for Breedlove, going back and forth with Cooper in that at bat.
Now just a pitch away from getting out of it. 2 on now, 2 out. Jacob Bowman in the 9th spot. Takes ball 1. Bowman, the junior from Charlotte, transferred in from Hillsborough Community College. Hit just a tick under .250 in his couple seasons at Hillsborough. Off to a sluggish start here, though, in 2025. Big opportunity. And in the driver's seat, 2 balls and no strikes. Johnson at first, Widener over at third. First inning of work in relief for Breedlove. It was 2-0. Is high, 3 balls and no strikes. There's a strike, 3-1. On the right side, Keelan has it, and the inning comes to an end. A little second inning traffic, but Austin Breedlove works his way around it. Strands 2 on the pads. Bill 2-0 Tennessee thanks to a 2-run homer in the first. Evie Quilez back to work for West Georgia, and he'll face 6, 7, and 8 spots in the order for the second-ranked Volunteers. Reese Chapman, the junior out of Parker, Colorado. to begin the home second. And Chapman takes ball one. 352 this season. 3 doubles, 4 homers, and 18 runs batted in. Chapman got off to such a great start, hitting the first 15 games of the year. Streak that snapped on Sunday, that series finale, the win over St. Bonaventure. But I'd say getting a hit in 15 of the first 16 is still pretty good.
Definitely. He's also already hit 2 grand slams this season.
That is a big part of the story of this offense. Now 50 home runs, 8 of them grand salamis. Tennessee is on a record-setting pace with the grand slams. They had 3 last Tuesday against Radford.
And that's just an insane stat.
Yeah.
Like, what team hits 3 grand slams?
For Tennessee already has 8 this season. They set the SEC record with a dozen last year. And the NCAA record for grand slams in a season is 14. That was the 03 Arizona State team. That's in 68 games. 16 games, and Tennessee already has 8 here in 2025. Leadoff runner aboard for Cannon Peebles, who
He stays composed in that moment, even after the bobble.
Number 10,
may have a review here. Call in the field told us as well, so 1 down here in the bottom of the second. Chapman does advance 2 seconds, so a runner in scoring position here. As the freshman Chris Newstrom digs in, just the 4th start of the season for Newstrom. Now his 12th game, he's gotten a decent number of looks at the plate. 417, 5 for his first 12. A home run and 8 RBIs. That home run came on Sunday. As he takes a breaking ball, strike 1.
I think that just really speaks to, one, the recruiting of Tony Vitello, but also what his coaching staff is able to do with the players once they get in and get on campus. I mean, I know that Newstrom probably was already a very talented player, which is why Vitello recruited him, but being able to develop these guys so early, I mean, being just a freshman, it's pretty incredible.
Yeah, freshman out of Phoenix. He was the 6th overall recruit in Arizona, top shortstop out there in Arizona, a baseball hotbed, according to Perfect Game. And he's out here playing left field because that shortstop position's so deep for this Volunteers roster.
Yeah, but if you can swing the bat, they're going to find some place to put you.
Yep. Student section on hand here on this Tuesday afternoon. What do you think? They're out of class by now? 5 o'clock. Nobody's skipping, right?
No.
They would never.
On this beautiful day?
I'm sure there was perfect attendance all across campus. 1 and
the swing and miss.
Chapman reached on a leadoff walk, still at second with 2 down in the home second. Dalton Bargo out of the 9 spot. Bargo, the junior, 250 hitter, 8 for his first 32 offensively. And 5 of those 8 have left the yard. 5 home runs, 11 ribbies for the Omaha native. Good block by Cooper.
Really, I think we saw Bargo truly come onto the scene last season.
Yeah.
I mean, had an incredible year in 2024. Spent his freshman season at Missouri, but after transferring over here again, just became like a new player truly for the Volunteers.
A big role player last season. Started 27 games at 280, 8 homers, almost 30 RBI for Bargo. Takes inside there. He had a couple of solo homers against Evansville Super Regionals on the way to Omaha, and how cool must that have been, winning a national championship in his hometown.
That's got to be incredible. You could only imagine. I mean, just winning a national championship in general,
yeah.
but to be able to do it where you grew up, so cool.
Fans continuing to file in on a sun-soaked Tuesday here in Knoxville. Temperatures in the 70s. Nice breeze blowing into the yard from right to left. Quilez trying to get out of the inning. His 2-2 is down and in. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Big pitch here, top of the order. Lurks on deck. Ball 4.
I'm sure the West Georgia staff not too happy about this walk. That is a chance that you're taking with this Tennessee lineup, putting runners on base. They're known for their power numbers. You would much rather give up a solo shot than a multi-run home run, which is potentially what you face with every single one of these hitters.
Sophomore superstar Dean Curley, 2 on, 2 out here in the bases.
Good. But now bases loaded.
For a team that loves the Grand Slam. So that'll force a meeting here on the mound. As Keelan tries to settle things down. Jeff Smith out to make the move. And so that is the day for Quilez on the hill. New arm coming into the game. Brendan Parks, the senior, enters with the bases loaded here in the second. Big spot here in the home second, and an experienced arm takes over. The left-handed senior, Brendan Parks, out of Atlanta, second season playing for the Wolves, making his 5th appearance out of the bullpen, 1-0 with a 2.00 ERA in 9 innings of work. And he faces the ever-powerful bat of Gavin Keelan with the bases juiced.
We know what Keelan is able to do. This could be a big, big moment for the Volunteers. Could also be a big, big moment for West Georgia. They're able to get out of this without allowing any more runs to score.
Keelan, the home run leader for Tennessee with 8. Tennessee loves the Grand Slam. And the Wolves go to the lefty-lefty matchup as the senior Parks tries to get out of it. Gets a called strike, 1-1. Parks was the opening day starter for West Georgia last season in 2024. Led all starters with a sub-5 ERA, now coming out of the pen here in 2025. His 1-1 is corked and foul.
And if you're West Georgia, this is who you want in this moment. The senior, you got that lefty-lefty matchup. The experience is going to be so important here from the upperclassmen because this is a very pressure-filled moment.
First year as a Division I program going against the best Division I program from last year. And Parks is low, 2-2. Three balls and 2 strikes. With 2 outs and the bases loaded, the merry-go-round will be spinning.
The fans are on their feet waiting to see.
Couple bounces to first. Deerdorf has it and steps on the bag. Brendan Parks does his job and strands the bases loaded in the second. Ball out of the Woodlands, Texas. Top of the order. And Cooper Prince takes ball 1. Prince 0 for 1. Flied out on the first pitch of the game.
That's a big way to start the inning by Prince. That ball's elevated. He takes his barrel right easy.
Was leading hitter for West Georgia last season. And top 10 in all offensive categories in the A-Sun, showing off why there. As he tiptoes off second and watches Brady McDivitt take strike 1. McDivitt 0 for 1, flied out to right his first trip. Transfer from Chipola, one of the best junior colleges. Sack bunt here in front of the mound, barehanded by Sharp. And a strong throw to first, the job done by McDivitt.
That was a textbook bunt by McDivitt to move Prince over to third. And I mean, right to Sharp, which is kind of a tactic, him being a left-handed pitcher. He's got to turn his entire body around to then make that throw to first.
First pitch fouled into the West Georgia dugout by Patrick McCullough. McCullough hit by a pitch his first time up. 2-0 Tennessee. Vols took an early lead thanks to a 2-run homer in the first. And now the Wolves 90 feet away.
Now about number 17, Carter Gator.
West Georgia is giving Tennessee everything that they've got here. Again, we haven't really seen a lot of powerful hits, but just a string.
Stands in for a 1-1 count. Deerdorf does have maybe the most of that pop in this Wolves lineup. And on the 1-1, he takes strike 2. Sharp kick 1 at baseball, about as good as you can ask for. In the 70s, it's sunny here in Knoxville for the final game before conference play starts this weekend. Tennessee and West Georgia meeting for the first time in either program's history. Bottom of the third, Hunter Ensley takes ball 1. Brendan Parks, the senior left-hander, back to work, came in, did a nice job. Strand and the base is loaded. Back in the second. Ensley walked and scored his first time up. And on the 1-1, takes outside, 2 balls and a strike.
Parks goes in with that off speed that he just threw about a ball off the plate the previous pitch. Trying to mess with Ensley's timing here.
No fishing there. The count runs full. Parks, one of the most experienced arms on this West Georgia roster. Started his collegiate career at Kennesaw State, now his second season out in Carrollton. As Ensley gets a piece. Hunter Ensley, the only senior in this batting 9.
this pitch gets away from Parks, just way up and out. Actually, nice job by Cooper keeping that ball in front.
And now faces Andrew Fisher, who homered his first time up. Ball with no strikes. Fisher now 7 home runs on the season, 18 RBIs.
What I think is incredible is the amount of walks that he has already.
Yeah.
22 walks already to only 8 strikeouts. When you talk about somebody that's got a really great eye.
First season in Knoxville for Fisher, transferred in out of Ole Miss, started every game for the Rebels last year as a sophomore. He was second team All SEC. Led the team in all those power numbers. And part of a really good mix for Tony Vitello, a team that lost 6 offensive starters plus 10 primary pitchers. And he has retooled thanks to the transfer portal and a stellar freshman class.
And I think that is one of the strongest characteristics of Coach Vitello. I think he's just such a good recruiter, and I think his personality makes people want to play for him. He is one of those fiery coaches, and several of his players have said he cares so much about us and cares so much about the game. It fires us up and it makes us want to perform well for him.
8th season for Tony Vitello as Fisher can't stay back, called strike anyway. Tony Vitello over 300 wins at the helm of the Vols, has taken this team to the top of the college baseball mountain, defending national champs. But he and this roster know it as good as anybody. Once that first pitch is thrown in 2025, 2024 is behind you. This is a new team. This is a new year. This is a new challenge.
100%. And it's hard because so many people are asking the question, how do you repeat what you did last season? And it's not really how do we repeat it. It's how do we take what we have and just elevate it? How do we become even better than we were in the previous season? And you don't want any team to be the same as the one before. You want to continue to grow and continue to add on.
One of those big pieces that were added on. Fisher corks it foul into the netting. Best start in program history for Tennessee. The Vols 16-0 here to begin the 2025 campaign. Good battle here at the plate. Another 2-2, and Fisher skies it high in the air to left. McDivitt battling the sun underneath it. 1 out.
Not the result he wanted, but not a bad at bat. He saw a lot of pitches, made Parks work a little bit.
One on, 1 out for the freshman, Levi Clark. And Clark takes ball 1. 0 for 1, grounded out his first time. Freshman out of Marietta, went to Walton High School down there. Hit almost .430 his senior season. Playing in a big classification down there in Georgia high school baseball. And could become one of the next great catchers in Tennessee history. Catcher by trade. Let's see if he gets any action behind the dish this season, but so far settling in offensively. As that pops out of the mid of Cooper. No movement from Ensley. What What do you remember about your freshman season when you first started playing at this high of a level? How did you get so comfortable so quickly?
It wasn't quick. It wasn't quick. I was just kind of thrown into it. At the time, there were only 2 pitchers, myself included, and so it was basically, hey, you're either going to get in there and you're going to get this done, or you're not going to win very many games. And so it was, I used the strategy of really fake it till you make it type, you know, and I had a really great teammate who was a upperclassman, and she really helped me build that confidence and continue in scoring position.
So 2 on, just 1 out here for Reese Chapman. As Chapman takes ball 1. Walked his first time up. Big swing there. 1-1.
That's one of those swings where you just thank the Lord that they didn't make contact because that was going a long way.
Let's see if Parks goes back to it. The left-hander's 1-1 pitch. Another pretty off-speed, 1-2.
I think that's Parks' strategy, is just to continuously mix those speeds and try to keep these Tennessee hitters off balance.
Time called by Matthew Bates, home plate umpire. Crime out of Brendan Parks. And the senior does his job. Keeps this Tennessee offense off the board. Hands the ball off to the next. New arm coming into the game. Cameron Diamond takes over as the switch hitting catcher Cannon Peoples flips over to the left side and tries to add to this 2-1 Tennessee lead. Diamond deals. Ball 1. Peebles 0 for 1. Bounced out back to the mound his first time up. He's got Hunter Ensley at second, Levi Clark leading off of first. Ball and a strike.
And I know it's only the 3rd inning, but other than that home run, Tennessee has been pretty quiet offensively, not something that we have seen often.
Yeah, not a lot of barrels.
Yeah.
Big credit to this West Georgia staff so far. Diamond trying to keep that rolling. That's it right to the shifted Bowman. And just like that, the 3rd inning comes to a close. Camden Diamond does his job. We're through 3 in Knoxville, West Georgia. 2-1 Vols, 4th arm for the orange and white as Thomas Crabtree takes over and gets a swinging strike on his first pitch. Crabtree, the sophomore out of Collierville, Tennessee, transferred in from Pearl River Community College. He's facing the 5, 6, and 7 spots. Landon Widener in the box for West Georgia. This is appearance number 4 this season for Crabtree. No record, 2.45 ERA and 3 2/3 innings of work. Just 1 run across on 3 hits, 1 walk and 8 strikeouts. Closing in on 9 strikeouts, 2 and 2 on Widener.
It seems like struck out 105 batters, becoming the first pitcher in program history to eclipse 100 strikeouts since 2008. So
Wow.
definitely a big get there for the Volunteers. And again, already 9 strikeouts on the season and not a whole lot of innings.
Blake Bradford skies it way up there. Dean Curley in shallow left. Corrals the second out.
That was a tough play to make. You could see Curley just consistently having to move his feet back and forth with the way that the ball was tailing. Also probably getting caught up in the sun there.
Early start, 4:30 first pitch here on this Tuesday. So the sun hanging in the sky, and it does primarily cause issues for the left side of the diamond here at Lindsey Nelson Stadium, and the wind blowing into the yard from right to left. 1 ball and 1 strike on the DH, Luke Johnson. 1 for 1 with a single. He's got one of the 3 Wolves hits today. 1 and 2, Crabtree really cruising. Have not had a 1-2.
Throwing it into foul territory, that right side of the bag, it ends up coming across. Fisher has to try and adjust and make that catch.
Well, Tony Vitello is quickly up out of the dugout to try and get another look, a challenge, or a view on this one.
Really, all that matters is did his foot stay on the bag when he had that ball?
Meeting of the minds right now. Matthew Bates, Sean White, Zach Neff, and Kevin Elsie, our 4-man crew today. Looks like he may have tapped the toe there and had possession right before Johnson got down the line.
I think you're right, Mayan. I think potentially, I don't know, it has to be, indisputable, so.
Right. And the call's overturned. So after a meeting of our 4-man crew, the call overturned, and it is the first 1-2-3 inning from either side. Thomas Crabtree season was the assistant for almost a decade under Skip Fight, and now his 6th year as the head man. West Georgia off to an 8-6 start here in 2025. It is the Wolves' first year as a Division I program. Members of the Atlantic Sun, where conference play starts against Queens here this weekend. Camden Diamonds back to work in the 4th. High fly ball to right, long run, and a catch made. Widener underneath it. Newstrom retired, 1 down.
I thought maybe that ball had a chance to get down, but Widener turns on the speed.
A long run for Landon Widener. The wind bringing that ball down to the ground a little quicker, blowing into the yard, but able to corral it. And so far, West Georgia out hitting Tennessee 3-2. The difference is the long ball, which Tennessee has had in punches this season, a nation-leading 50 home runs now. 2-1 lead here in the home 4th. Dalton Bargo is in an 0-2 hole. Really good fight out of this West Georgia team so far. Maybe just their 15th game as a Division I program, but they certainly have the depth to compete in the A-Sun this year.
100%. I mean, it's only the 4th, but what they've been able to do keeping these Tennessee bats at bay has been big time for them. And even if they end up, losing this game, it's something that they can look at and say, hey, we were able to do this. We can compete with anybody.
Margot stays alive. No balls, or 1 ball and 2 strikes. Margot walked his first time up. West Georgia started the year a series win against New Orleans. Another series win against the Bobcats of Ohio. They gave Georgia Tech a strong Yellow Jackets team.
This pitch is elevated, moves up and out, gets Bargo swinging.
And as has been the blueprint, 2 outs in the inning, perhaps another arm coming in for the Wolves. Jeff Smith is out to talk to Diamond. no indication made quite yet.
May just be talking strategy here about what they want against Curley.
So it is Diamond's ball game. As the bullpen door swings back shut, top of the order, and Dean Curley. 0 for 1, been hit by a pitch as well. Diamond has retired all 3 batters he's faced. And he's got one of the preseason players of the year at the plate. Strike 1 on the breaking ball. No chase, a ball to strike.
Barrel on this ball.
One on and 2 out here for Gavin Keelan. 0 for 2 in this one. As he takes ball 1. Keelan slugging over 1,000 this season. .463 hitter coming into the game as the everyday second baseman for Tennessee. 1-0 pitch. Hammered down the line. Hooking foul is foul. Keelan, first season in Knoxville, transferring in from Louisville, where he started almost every game at shortstop for the Cardinals last season. 3rd-team All-ACC, hitting .330, 9 home runs on the year. He's already got 8 through 16 games on Rocky Top. On the 1-1, Keelan takes ball 2. Driver's seat here, 3 balls and a strike.
Great count here for Keelan. Just got to be smart, which his numbers prove that he knows what to do in the box.
De facto shift up the middle. 3-1 is just outside. Pretty competitive pitch from Diamond, but a better take at the plate.
It was a competitive pitch. I mean, just a little too far off of that corner. Keelan seeing the ball well.
He draws his 17th walk of the season. That's second on the team. 2 on, 2 out for Ensley. Tennessee has not scored since the first. It's a team that scores often. Not too many empty frames out of this Volunteers offense.
Now, it's very uncharacteristic.
Yeah. They can erupt at any moment. The 0-1 pitch. Ball on a strike. Diamond got the final out of the 3rd, retired the first 2 he faced here in the 4th. Then a single and a walk after that. 2 on, 2 out. 1-1 on the way. Ball and 2 strikes.
I will say, though, this inning, these hitters in particular have been very patient at the plate, waiting for their pitch.
They have made diamond work on the hill. Break-even offer. 2 outs. In the heart of this Tennessee order. Bags empty for Reese Chapman. 0 for 1 tonight, strikeout and a walk. Here's ball 1. Gavin Mask on the hill has not pitched in 10 days. They're just a third of an inning against Eastern Kentucky. His longest outing came back on February 23rd, 2 innings against Ohio. As that fastball rides high, 2 balls and no strikes.
Both of these teams tied in hits, both with only 3.
Quickly 3-0 on Chapman. Tennessee has drawn 6 free passes tonight, 5 walks and a hit by pitch. Bunch of base runners for the Vols. They've stranded 7 of them so far. And Chapman aboard with a 2-out free pass here in the 5th.
And again, just very uncharacteristic. You never see Tennessee really leave runners on base. Normally, they always get something going, passing the bat, hitting home runs, whatever it may be.
Tennessee yet to be retired in order offensively. No West Georgia arm has faced the minimum. Cannon Peebles stands in and takes strike 1. Peebles 0 for 2 tonight. Ground out and a line out. Second season here in Knoxville after transferring in from NC State. One and 1. Two balls and a strike. We'll love to see the breakdown at the end of the night. There have not been many fastballs offered from this West Georgia team.
No, and like I said, really just trying to keep these Tennessee hitters off balance, throwing a lot of movement pitches, a lot of breaking balls, some off-speed stuff.
There's the Cheddar, 2-2.
And I think, too, West Georgia just consistently rotating pitchers, not allowing the Tennessee lineup to get through multiple times, making them adjust with every single pitcher.
2-2 from Mask. Good pitch, just outside.
You can tell Mask wants that location. He's thrown it there multiple times now, just not going to get that call. A little too far off the plate.
Chapman not being held. He'll have an early start over at first. 3-2 with 2 out in the bottom of the 5th. Payoff pitch to Peebles. Ball 4 inside.
Tennessee is going to have to figure out how do we take advantage of these free passes. This pitch too far on the inside part of the plate. However, Cooper definitely wanted that.
A couple good offerings there from Mask with 2 strikes. Does not get the calls on the corners. And so there are 2 on now with 2 out in the inning. Meeting on the mound taking place here. Jabari Godfrey, one of the managers, out there to talk things over with the battery. Offer some words of encouragement. So 2 2-out walks, and Kalen feels like a big batter here in Chris Newstrom. This could either keep the game tight or begin one of those explosive Tennessee runs.
It really could, and we'll see, is Newstrom, is he able to do it himself, or Is it going to be another walk and load the bases? Or a potential out here?
The freshman 0 for 2 tonight, strikeout and a flyout. First pitch is ball 1.
And the numbers definitely go his way, hitting .375 with runners in scoring position and .750 with 2 outs.
Wow.
Just got to see his pitch right now. Not seeing anything too good.
Ahead 2-0. Check at second. Chapman's there. Tennessee team that doesn't steal a ton of bases, 19-22 here to start the year. Just trying to make sure Chapman's not too comfortable and break up the look for Newstrom at the plate. Lone runs for the Vols came back in the first on an Andrew Fisher 2-run homer. The 2-0 here is ball 3. Should the inning continue, Dalton Bargo waits on deck with the top of the order after that. 3-0 to Newstrom.
Smart decision to take there. You got to make sure that pitch is perfect, and honestly, he probably doesn't have the green light to hit in this situation. Maybe not yet anyways.
Chapman on the move, and the count runs full. So the runners with a head start here. Back-to-back 2-out full counts. After falling behind 3-0, Mask has worked his way to 3-2. Trying to retire the freshman and strand a pair. Keep it a 1-run.
He's rolling here.
14th RBI of the season. Check that, 9th of the season for Chris Newstrom, the freshman. Maybe the one that opens the offensive floodgates. Still 2 out in the inning for Dalton Bargo in the 9 spot. And the backdoor breaker misses, 1-0. Two balls and no strikes. Mask now falling behind in the count for the 4th straight batter. Trying to find the zone, get himself out of the inning. Tony Vitello hustling out of the dugout. Get that foul ball. Get some steps in for Coach V. All right, 2-1 here on Bargo. 2 on, 2 out in the home 5th. 2-run game. 3 balls and a strike. Hitch away from loading the bases. And 2 of the most powerful bats coming up in succession.
It's going to be vital for West Georgia here to try and get this out and get out of this inning.
Into right field. Widener there at the track, makes the catch. And the inning comes to an end. So Mask strands 2 aboard, but the Vols do score a run. Chris Newsom with an RBI single, and Newstrom, the freshman, puts Tennessee in front by 2, into the 6th. Thomas Crabtree back to work. He's been sensational. Set down all 6 he's faced, only 18 pitches here in relief. And on the 19th, he'll get his 7th out. McDivitt up the middle. And Curley takes care of business.
And with this being such a close game, it makes sense wanting to leave Crabtree in there. He's been incredibly efficient for the Volunteers. Not throwing a whole lot of pitches, getting outs easy, but also getting the strikeouts when needed.
Thomas Crabtree, he doesn't make the full 60-foot, 6-inch journey on that one, but the sophomore stellar so far. It's his best appearance of the season and his longest appearance of the season with that out recorded. Patrick McCullough takes a ball, 2-0. McCullough 0 for 1, hit by a pitch. And an RBI ground out his last time. Drove home the lone Wolves run back in the 3rd. Pull side, Curley. 2 down.
Easy play over there for Curley, who not only is one of the greatest hitters in this lineup right now, but also such a good defender. He really showed out last season, his freshman year, what he could do at short, but also a little bit of third base as well.
Cool, calm Curley, the California kid settling in here in Knoxville. Strike 1 call to Carter Deerdorf. Deerdorf, the most pop in this order, leads the A-Sun, 10th in the country with 8 home runs this season. But he's been quiet tonight, 0 for 1. Strikeout and a walk. Incredibly efficient from Crabtree. And he gets a sword, 0-2. Now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Making his 2nd appearance of the season. More lone other appearance a couple weeks ago down in Midtown Atlanta at Georgia Tech. Won an inning in the 3rd, gave up 1 earned run on a couple of hits against the Yellow Jackets, 2 walks, and no strikeouts. So ERA right now 6.75. Making his 2nd appearance against the defending national champs, and gets Dean Curley to swing and miss, strike 1. Curley 1 for 2 tonight, has also been hit by a pitch. Two on, and Hunter Ensley takes ball 1. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 6th. It's been a pretty tightly contested ball game. In the hands of Moore to try and keep it that way. Some early congestion for Tennessee on the base paths. Foul the way. One ball and 1 strike. Lights have been flipped on for a couple of innings here at Lindsey Nelson Stadium. Shadows creeping out over much of the diamond. Early Tuesday start. This ball game almost 2 hours old here. Nearing 6:30. The 1-1 will have to wait. cooling off a little bit as the sun begins to disappear. Still a fantastic crowd out to support the defending national champions. Perfect 16-0 Tennessee, best start in program history. And the final game here before conference play begins. West Georgia gets Queens starting on Friday, and Tennessee welcomes the 6th-ranked Florida Gators to town for a mega matchup to start the SEC slate.
That will be a big-time matchup. We know how big that rivalry is between Tennessee and Florida. Florida coming in ranked at number 6, so got a pretty solid team. I'm sure this stadium is going to be packed to the max.
No doubt about it. Meeting between the Battery mates here. Only 2 unbeaten teams remain in college baseball. Tennessee 16-0, and then you've got the Florida State Seminoles, top 10 program in Tallahassee. They are 15-0, but they are playing Florida right now. Big midweek matchup down there in Tallahassee.
So Florida really got 2 of their biggest rivals back-to-back.
Yeah. Quite a week there for the Gators. That game scoreless in the 2nd right now. So by the end of the night, big possibility that Tennessee is the lone remaining unbeaten team in college baseball. 3 balls and a strike here on Ensley. 2 on, nobody out, and the bases are loaded.
Andrew Fisher, big moment here.
That may be it for Moore on the mound. As the right-handed junior from Brooklyn will try to quiet the storm. Transferring in from the State College of Florida, Gomez making appearance number 4 this season. 0 in relief, 0-1. ERA is at 14.4, 9 runs across in 5 innings, but he did have a scoreless 3-inning outing a couple weeks ago.
Get the barrel to it, but now creates the potential for a double play for the Volunteers.
Check over at first on Bradford, who didn't have the oven mitt on yet. 1 on, 1 out for Luke Johnson, the DH, who is 1 for 2 tonight. His 2nd inning single, 1 of 4 West Georgia hits in the game. West Georgia as a team, 15 of 16 stealing bases. 1 for 1, Bradford over at first, not a huge threat. A little light tossing out in the Tennessee bullpen, and it's going to be more than light tossing now. Pitching change likely coming up as Tony Vitello tiptoes his way to the mound. And will take the ball from Thomas Crabtree. An outstanding outing.
100%. Crabtree can really be happy with the performance that he had today, what he was able to do. I mean, efficiency, I think that's just the name of the game for Crabtree today.
3 1/3. Just 1 hit given up, and he's responsible for the runner on first. The right-handed sophomore with his best outing in the orange and white will make way for the lefty coming in. New arm entering for the Vols, up 3.
Fans, today's call to the bullpen is brought to you by Stars Caterpillar, East Tennessee's heavy equipment dealer for over 60 years.
The fifth Tennessee pitcher of the night is the left-hander, the redshirt sophomore Brandon Arvidsson, coming into the game for Tennessee. Seventh appearance of the season for the Southpaw, 1-0, 4.15 ERA, and 8 2/3 innings of work. 4 runs, 5 hits across, 5 walks, and 15 strikeouts. For the man out of Dripping Springs, Texas, transferred in from San Jac JUCO, and well, he is forever a part of Tennessee history. Pitched a couple times over St. Bonaventure, against St. Bonaventure over the weekend. Sunday, part of the series sweep, and he was one of the 5 arms on Friday night that combined for a no-hitter. 1 inning, had a walk and a strikeout in that 12-0 win. Part of the 9th no-hitter in program history and the first in over 20 years. 1 on, 1 out here in the 7th. His first pitch is fouled away. Johnson, the DH, switch hitter, so flips over to the right side and takes a ball. 1-1.
Now batting number 7, Jack Whitmer.
Well, check that. West Georgia's gone to the bench and brought a pinch hitter into the ball game. It's Jack Whitmer, who's ahead 2 balls and a strike. Whitmer, the senior out of Ola, Georgia, and transferred in from Snead State and Jacksonville State. On the appeal, he went around 2-2.
And I do believe he went there. I think there was that definite little break in the wrist.
Arvidsson's 2-2 is strike 3.
That's another K for Queso.
That ball did get away from Peebles, but Whitmer just decides to
Now batting number 19,
go back
Jason
into the
Baker.
dugout. Gets right under the glove of Peebles. And Bradford able to advance into scoring position.
So out with first base occupied, but like you said, it does give 90 feet to Bradford. And now Mason Cooper, the runner at second. West Georgia's lone run came back in the 3rd. Cooper 0 for 2 tonight. And takes a strike, 92 off the left arm. A lot of spin there, and running in to make the catch is Fisher at first. So Arvidsson takes care of business out of the bullpen, strands the runner aboard. Time to stretch here in Knoxville, 3-run. Tennessee lead at home.
It's 6:47, and it's a 7th inning stretch time on Rocky Top. Tonight's guest stretch winner is Angela Warden. Congratulations! Please report to our great place for next scoot tables in the 3rd base line and claim your big orange prize. All right, ball fans, get out of your seat. It's time to stretch those legs and vocal cords while joining us in singing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game."
We're all stretched out here in Knoxville, on to the bottom of the 7th on a cooling night on Rocky Top. Brian Gomez continues on the hill. 3-run ball game between the defending national champions, second-ranked Tennessee, and the West Georgia Wolves in their first Division I season playing in the A-Sub. Mine Patel, Kaylin Arnold, our outstanding crew with you. Thanks for hanging with us on this Tuesday night. Been a good ball game so far. Reese Chapman lifts that to left, tailing foul and up against the screen.
It has been a good ball game. I mean, West Georgia has done a really good job of keeping this Tennessee offense from capitalizing on a lot of different situations. Big thanks to Widener out there in right field, who's made some incredible plays, and the West Georgia pitching staff, they have really limited really a lot for this Tennessee offense, keeping them under shot.
Gomez gets the strikeout there, his first year in relief. First strikeout for the staff here tonight. One down for Cannon Peebles, who takes outside ball one. Yeah, it's a Tennessee offense that, look, coming into today, you look at the numbers. Lead the country, lead the SEC in most categories. Second in batting average, second in runs per game in the country. First in home runs. And they have been quieted for the most part for a team that is now just 15 games into its Division I career. Weak fly ball, center field. Prince to his left, 2 down.
And we've seen some quick innings on both sides of the diamond from the Volunteers and from the Wolves. Pitching staffs and defense have been very efficient tonight.
So 2 more quick outs here in the bottom of the 7th. And the final out of the inning has been a trouble spot sometimes for West Georgia tonight. And for the most part, been able to limit the traffic. You mentioned those free passes. They have issued 8 walks and 2 hit by pitches, so 10 free base runners. And Tennessee has stranded 10 tonight. But certainly not a recipe that'll lead you to success throughout the year.
Definitely not. You've got to be able to take advantage of those free passes, and I'm sure that's something that this coaching staff is going to go back and watch on film and try to figure out what it was they were missing, what kept them from being able to score those runs. They'll want to make sure that they figure out what that is and try to find a solution for it before they face Florida this weekend.
3 balls and no strikes on Chris Newstrom, the freshman in the 8th spot. 1 for 3 with an RBI. And he takes a strike. RBI single his last time up back in the 5th. 2 runs in the 1st, a run in the 5th, and 1 in the 6th for Tennessee tonight. And again, West Georgia can quickly get that final out of the inning here. A little 2-out traffic for the Vols.
It seems to be a trend as well. A lot of the walks coming with 2 outs from the Wolves.
Looks like Tony Vitello is going to bring a pinch runner aboard at first for Newstrom. So Newstrom, the freshman, is lifted for a fellow freshman, Jay Abernathy.
Jay Abernathy has some pretty incredible speed. What he is able to do on the bases definitely puts pressure on the defense.
Leads the team 6 for 6 in stolen bases this season. We'll see if Abernathy tries to move anytime soon. It's a man that's played a lot this year. He's now appeared in 16 of 17 games, 10 times off the bench. Wolves certainly aware of that speed. 1 ball, no strikes. Dalton Bargo 0 for 2 with a walk tonight. 2 balls and no strikes now. No, tied for second on the team with those 2 wins. 4.05 ERA in 6 2/3 innings of work, 8 hits. Have given up 3 runs, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts. Facing the 9, 1, and 2 spots in the order for West Georgia, Jacob Bowman awaits the 0-1 and is quickly in an 0-2 hole. Hundley works fast. 1 ball and 2 strikes here. Bowman 0 for 2 out of the 9 spot tonight. A ground out and a fly out.
Can't make the play.
5th hit of the night for West Georgia. And a leadoff base runner here in the 8th. Wolves tonight have had their leadoff runner aboard now 3 times, with just 1 run to show for it. That came back in the 3rd inning. Powerful part of the order here. All starts at the top with Cooper Prince. He's 1 for 3, a double and a run scored.
And again, this is a close ball game. Definitely still a possibility for West Georgia to close the gap and make something happen here, which is what they're trying to do. In a good spot to do it, like you said, mine, with the top of the order.
Prince ahead, 2 balls and no strikes. Led this team in hitting last season. 2nd of the ASUN in batting average coming into tonight. 3 balls and no strikes.
Hundley trying to adjust to this zone. We've seen this home plate umpire not really give any of the corner.
There's a strike, 3-1. Only 2 free passes issued today by Tennessee. That was back in the 1st inning. A hit by pitch and a walk, but otherwise clean on the hill out of the staff. Bowman back in time. Back again, and that leadoff play has been re-ruled to an error. Originally scored as a single, but now adjusted as an E5. That's the 2nd Tennessee error of the ball game. 3-2. Three balls and 2 strikes. Hundley.
And gets that throw in quickly.
Jay Abernathy just came on as a pinch runner. Took over defensively in left field. And shows off the wheels there. 1 out here in the 8th as Tony Vitello is out to make a pitching change. Tennessee going to the pen. 1 on and 1 out. I'll tell you about the new arm here in a moment. Seventh pitcher of the night is Michael Sharman, the redshirt junior left-hander. Transferring in from Georgia Highlands, played at a couple of different junior colleges in his career, making appearance number 6. No record, 6.75 ERA, 5 1/3 innings of work, 4 earned runs across, 5 hits, 2 walks, and 8 strikeouts. 1 on, 1 out in the 8th. And Sharman's first pitch is a ball to Brady McDivitt. Bowman reached on a leadoff error, fly out after that before the pitching change. McDivitt 0 for 2 here tonight, also has a sac bunt. Good pitch there. Doesn't get the call, 2-0.
Yeah, I like that pitch. That was a good miss by Sharman.
Sharman, originally out of Woodstock, Georgia, just north of Atlanta.
Ask for it to be
And so it would be an R. And it will. So 8-6-5 in Knoxville on that relay.
However, West Georgia able to add another run to the scoreboard, cutting the deficit to 2.
So 4-2. And a called strike to Patrick McCullough. Base is empty, RBI double from McDivitt. McCullough 0 for 2 tonight, also been hit by a pitch. As Sharman rocks and fires the 1-1. Beautiful, 1-2.
Great off-speed pitch by Sharman.
And the 1-2 popped up, center field. Ensley ends the inning. 1 run does come across. Brady McDivitt, an RBI double, and the Wolves scratch. Dozie Drakeford takes over here in the bottom of the 8th, the grad transfer out of Emmanuel College. Kennesaw, Georgia. Drakeford making his 6th appearance of the season. No record, 7.5 ERA for the Wolves right-hander. Top of the Tennessee order, Dean Curley shows bunt and pulls back. 5 runs across in 6 innings of work against Drakeford. On 6 hits, 3 walks, and 4 strikeouts. One ball and 1 strike, top of the Tennessee order. Curley has been aboard twice tonight. 1 for 2, and has been hit by a couple of pitches. He has also scored one of the 4 Tennessee runs. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Tennessee going to be looking to add a few more insurance runs here, only up by 2.
As it stands, 4 is the lowest total from this Tennessee offense tonight. Next lowest run production was a win over 16th ranked Oklahoma State at the time. That was down in Houston. 5-2 win for Tennessee. They also scored 5 in a win over Arizona. West Georgia giving Tennessee one of the biggest battles it has seen all season in the final game before conference play.
That's right, Mayan. And I mean, sometimes though, your offense is just going to have an off night.
Curley got a lot of barrel, but it is right to McDivitt.
And we've seen that a few times tonight, actually. Some solid hits, but just right to people. And then we also saw some really incredible plays made earlier.
Yeah. So a hard hit out here to begin the bottom of the 8th. Gavin Keelan next up. Leading home run hitter for Tennessee. Takes outside for ball 1. Keelan 1 for 3 tonight with a walk. Drakeford rocks and deals. Good off speed, 1-1. That's pretty much been the blueprint for the Wolves tonight.
It really has. We've seen this pitching staff just consistently mixing in those off-speed pitches to throw these hitters off time.
Yeah, weak contact there, right back to the bump, 2 down.
As well as consistently showing new arms once they get through the Tennessee lineup one time.
Now batting, number 9, Hunter Beasley.
It's the 7th pitcher in now the 8th inning for West Georgia. Been a whole staff night for both of these sides. And regardless of the win-loss column here tonight, West Georgia can take a lot of confidence out of this game in Knoxville. Going up against second-ranked Tennessee. Tennessee's #1 in the majority of the polls. Defending national champions in their house, packed house, and giving them all they could bargain for. That'll pay dividends down the stretch in conference play.
100%, and Tennessee has to know that there is a target on their back this year. As a defending national champion, everybody's going to be coming for you. These midweek games are going to be giving you your best.
Deep fly ball, left field, McDivitt's at the track and has the real estate to make the catch. Dozie Drakeford, the first 1-2-3 inning on the hill for West Georgia tonight. The Wolves are down to their final 3 offensive outs. We head to the 9th in Knoxville, and Tennessee turns to the lefty. The sophomore from Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, Dylan Loy, enters looking for the save. Loy making his 6th appearance of the season, 2-0 on the hill. And one of those reliable relievers. His first pitch of the 9th is outside for ball 1. 5 1/3 innings of work, only 1 hit against the southpaw. No runs, no walks, 10 strikeouts.
You want to talk about a sophomore that has some experience. Dylan Loy got a lot of opportunities last season, and his biggest ones coming in the postseason, pitching in the SEC tournament game against LSU, and then also getting to pitch in the College World Series.
Yeah, pitched in 2 of those 3 games for the Volunteers as a true freshman. Pretty impressive. Deerdorf flies it to left. Abernathy came on last inning and has a couple of putouts.
I think Abernathy is going to be just another stud for the Volunteers. He's got so many things going for him. His speed, obviously he's got a glove in the outfield, also can hit. And Coach Vitello said he's one of those kids that could come into my office and say, hey, I deserve to be starting, and I can't say anything to it because he really does.
Jay Abernathy will be a guy that's hard to keep out of the lineup, expecting him to come in a lot as SEC play starts. We've got a new arm coming into the game for Tennessee. Tony Vitello trying to get as many reps as possible as a right-hander comes out of the pen. That'll be Ryan Combs. He'll take over from Loy, who needed just a couple of pitches to get that first out of the 9th.
Now pitching for the Vols, number 28, Ryan Cole.
Ryan Combs, the right-hander, takes over for Tennessee, junior out of Sarasota, Florida. 6th appearance of the season for Combs. No record. 3.18 ERA in 5 2/3 innings of work. 2 runs, 6 hits, 3 walks, and 12 strikeouts. So now Combs, perhaps, can pick up the save for the Volunteers. As Landon Widener fouls it back. 1 ball and 1 strike. Final 2 outs for West Georgia. Wolves team that has given the Vols a big battle here tonight. A well-played midweek contest. Couple of bounces to Manny Marin, the new third baseman. And Tennessee it out away from a 17-0 start.
That's right, Maya. Not the offensive production that we're used to seeing